You know, when it comes to jig fishing, the baits I use are about as diverse as the bodies of water I fish. And one of my favorite go-to techniques is just pitching a swim bait. You know, I've got it on a swim head jig, simple paddle tail like this, like the Northland Core Impulse paddle tails. They're just dynamite baits for pitching and ripping, and you can use these in a lot of different covers. Like today we're pitching weed lines where I'm just letting it hit the bottom and I'm ripping that bait back through the cover. I'm not letting it fall all the way down to the bottom, but I'm letting it fall enough in that cabbage where I can present that bait right. Simply because if you're fishing live bait, the more you rip, the more likely that bait's gonna fall down off the hook and give you an undesired presentation. Whereas with this plastic, you can snap through weeds, you can fish this a lot of different ways and fish it a lot more aggressive. However, if you do need to slow down, I like to use shorter shank jigs or something with a blade. Even these current cutter jigs work excellent with live bait. They've got a lot of live bait hook up there. And actually feeding the shiner onto the jig head and then working a little more slow, a little more methodical, whether you're fishing rock piles, wind-blown points, even dispersed cover where you're fishing that jig a lot slower along the bottom. That's where live bait shines, is when you've got to slow down and fish slower. So make sure you've got plenty of different jigs in the boat with you. Like I said, I like to use a lot of live bait jigs, but I also like to use a lot of plastics, and make sure that you're using the right jig that fits the bait in which you're presenting.